morning or evening, wherever you're watching this from. So, it's, 5:20 in the morning, 5:22, and, trying to get back into my routine. So I took my pre-workout drink, and, this is going to be the morning workout kind of session thing that's going to go on for, I don't know, like a half hour or longer. That's kind of... I tried to make a video last night. I don't know if anybody watched it. I think nobody watched it. But then I put music, I played music during it, and then it got blocked in several countries. Who we got here? Oh, what's up, John? Yo. This isn't a Mr. Space Marine. This isn't a Warhammer or anything like that kind of thing. This is just like a early morning over here. Let's, just to give some context to... Where's the... It's 5:24. At least that's just what I have on my clock. What do I got on my phone? What does I got to say here? 5:23. So my clock's from the future by 1 minute. It's the one where Einstein goes to the future in the car. Or I guess the past. Okay, so I finished off the workout last night in the video, but it was blocked. I finished off that with the sit-ups, but I'm gonna start with that now because that's kind of how I would start my routine back in the day. Back in the day, I make it sound like it was so long ago. Oh, back in my day, we would do our workouts upside down and through the snow. I don't know why I decided that voice needed to be Robert Downey Jr. from Tropic Thunder for some reason. For 400 years. Alright, sit-ups. Okay. Put that there. Alright. And where did I put that towel? Alright, so what did I do last night? I was at 50, and then I did another 10. And now, I guess I gotta do another 50 at least or something. Oh, well. What happened? His power level. It knocked down the iPad. Snake, what are you doing in Dragon Ball Z? I don't know. And why do you sound like the movie announcer guy? Well, it happened last summer. Alright. So... should I do them in 25s, or just go for the 50 all at once kind of thing? Because a couple years ago, or like, I would just do 100, and just do in one go, just 100 in one go. and then I would do the rest of my workout. So let's see. Holy shit. Alright. This would probably not easier. It was 20. I lost. Well, let's do 20 for now. I guess I could do a few sets of 20. Or just try to keep going. It's fixed it so it's padded now. Alright, so 20 and then 30. I'm gonna come back and try to do another 20 or 30. Get that in there. should probably get like a water bottle or something. I usually find that the shaker bottle works pretty well. Just take the bottle. Morning. Or is that John again? John? Is that you, John? It's 11:23 where I'm from. Okay. Alright, so... maybe some squats. Do I want to hold a weight? Weighted squats. Let's grab one of these.
shouldn't have lifted them up that way. Do you think I want to grab my clothes? So if I started, okay, quarter after, it's 40, 25. Really? So, talking work, right? What was I do? 10 with the right and 9 with the left, whatever. I'll have to pick that up sometime. Alright, so a friend of mine gave me all these new weights and stuff. And one of the things is pretty much just like this giant tourniquet thing, which is just kind of like, you know, like, oh, I gotta tie myself off and get like, you know, get like a pencil or whatever. You know, drugs. That's a serious issue though, and not funny though. Drugs. Winners don't use drugs, so don't use drugs. As I say laughing, don't use drugs. So this thing's pretty sweet, because I was able to use it for like ear boxing kind of thing. Or you just put it under one foot. And then I guess trying to keep your arms down, and so you have to kind of put yourself into like a blocking kind of position. I'm gonna want to take these shoes off because I feel like this thing's gonna fly under, like, It's gonna skip out underneath me and then like smack me in the face. Okay. It's a big like elastic band pretty much. So, alright. And you just pull it up. And then just start like airboxing like you normally would. You're gonna put yourself into your stance in it. And then, you know, this kind of causes a gravity kind of thing almost on your arms, right? So, I think I could call this like my my Super Saiyan training. This is my Saiyan training system. If you want to train in a high gravity scenario, you know, you put weight on what you're trying to. So there's extra gravity. You could even like double up on it, where you'd have it, put it up under both your feet. Grab whatever weights you're using. You know, try to get those up. You can add weight to your weights just by adding one of these. I'm still not sure what the tension level is in this, but it feels just like it's a rubber cord. Space Marines. Let's make this about a Warhammer. Let's do it. Let's make this Warhammer. Why not? Let's make it Warhammer. The Space Marines in their morning routine. They have to... What do they do in the morning? They... forget if it's they recite their daily prayers or whatever that is, or if they do the training, if they have the first bolt rites of the morning or something like that, first shooting rites. And then there's combat training, there's assembly for honors and misdemeanors or something like that, or switch it up. Thank you, right? The other foot forward, right? So I started off with those 50 sit-ups. I don't know if I want to go do those now and then interrupt this and then go back into this at the end, or what exactly? Or if I want to end with those again, start and finish. So I can get a break from them and then do another 50 and try to get out 100 in a short period of time, I guess, like in under an hour. And that would be somewhat progress and a step towards actually doing them all in a row. And then being able to do them in a row every day, and then be able to, because of that, do several rows of the row my boat. Alright. I might get different gloves for this next thing. Do like a full thing, like I don't have like a leg thing. I'm not sure. I can still do. I guess I just go run. I don't know what to do for legs then. If anybody knows what to do for legs, if you can leave that in a comment or send me in a message, or leave it on the page, the Facebook page or Instagram. Follow the channel on Facebook. It's like the Space Marine / Mr. Space Marine. It's also on Instagram as The Real Slaith. That's the profile name. So if you want to follow the channel on those two sources, you can keep up with the latest videos and stuff. And if you want, you can shoot me messages and you can tell me about the content. And you can, in this case, you can tell me what I can do to help out my morning workout. So it's 5:53. Let's see what it's like outside right now. So this is
So, I guess 3 to 6. Rated 3 to 6. Time for a water break. Water break, smoke break, because I've been going for what? I started at 1:15. Right now it's about half an hour, so I went for half an hour without even having a water break. So this is going to be going on for like an hour or anything. It wasn't, I guess, I can't remember the start of the feed. I was just talking for a bit. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was. Probably. Let me take a quick break. So just to take a quick break and I guess just to talk about stuff. So after the last video, there was a problem that happened after the last Mr. Space Marine video. Unfortunately, one thing that's happened is because it's been fairly hot here, and I'm not sure if it's because of in a lot of continued use, and because I've also put there's a paintball mask inside there, so it grips my head much better instead of wobbles around kind of thing. I'm able to manipulate it and do a little bit more action and stuff. So a combination of all these things has led to some seams opening up on the top of the helmet. There's one right there. That one, and it might cascade into causing more and more of them opening up. I'm not exactly sure what's happening. So that's unfortunate. There's one on the back too. And so I tried using contact cement and then applying some pressure and then putting some tape over it and all that, and then nothing's really worked. I think I might want to get some silicone and then just kind of spread that throughout it so it'll have kind of a rubbery adhesive that's keeping it together, but at the same time is also flexible enough to let it kind of breathe the way it wants to while retaining the most of the shape, I suppose. But then again, I want it to actually still be together in the way and not having these not having like a wonky line because it's opening up. I wouldn't want it to just space out that way. So I'm gonna have to maybe do hot glue as I was suggested, or by the actual guy who built this. He was saying super glue, and that just went right against my normal. And so I was like, super glue. This is made of foam. I was like, you can't use super glue and foam, but I'm sure he knows exactly what he's talking about, right? So I didn't mean to be like, you don't know your own craft. Like, no, it was just when you think of foam, you think of in like Warhammer, like when I think of foam, I think of like that kind of pink or blue insulation foam that you get it's like high density foam. I guess it's kind of a behind the scenes of Mr. Space Marine here. This is what it looks like, yeah.
inside. This is what it looks like inside Mr. Space Marine. Or inside a Space Marine helmet. So yeah, that's what I see. And when I'm reading the messages that you're sending, I'm actually just sorry to break the illusion for everybody. I'm looking through there when I'm reading the phone. I'm looking through there because you can see through the silk, but everything's fuzzy. So like reading small letters becomes just impossible. But yeah, so maybe some super glue to put it together, and then maybe after it's been sealed, that way it's been after the wound is, because that's what super glue would before it cuts and stuff. Where's my thing here? Take this off the battery. Excuse me. I've not done this in a while. Woken up at 5 and then done this in a couple of years. But make this a habit and get into this. I think I'm gonna get back into shape. That'd be awesome. Push-ups. I should try to do some push-ups. Yeah, 'cause that's what I could finish it off with. I could go back and I'll do the sit-ups and then finish it off with push-ups, because that'll be good. My arms are, I don't want to do too much arms. Like I'd rather, because I did a bunch last night. I did about like half an hour last night too. And then because I had music on, it I guess it deleted the video. Which I don't know. If there's music that I can play that someone watching would suggest, like if you can put titles or songs that I can play during the workout. Abby, come here. Come here. No. Wow. Abby the cat. Who plays Dozer on Mr. Space Marine. I mean, who totally isn't Dozer on Mr. Space Marine. They're two different cats. Yeah, right? I didn't blow your cover. They still they totally don't know. Come on. Want some? Come here. No. Oh yeah. So today's Wednesday. Oh man, do I need to get a haircut? Pretty soon, yeah. End of this week, go get a haircut if I can. It's looking a bit crazy. Ace Ventura. Yeah. Just checking some messages and stuff. So last time I quit smoking, I didn't have one of these, so it was a lot more difficult. And honestly, I still see it the same way. This is just a crutch, and it's not really getting yourself away from the thing that's the problem, because it's the nicotine that's addictive. And so it's literally just, I'm sitting here puffing an addictive substance. And it's like, but it's flavored. It's a flavored addictive substance.
right? And I mean, like, it's got different levels, and I can wean myself down in a certain way. But at the other time, I did it just without anything. Like, I didn't have a patch or a gum or this. You know, I didn't have anything. So, but whatever. I mean, I'm not gonna kick my crutches out from underneath me. If I have one, I can use it to, you know, soften the journey a little bit, make the journey longer. You know. Yeah. Abby? You got Abby. Are you hungry? Abby's probably hungry. Want some food? Food? Let's go get some food. Come on. Let's go get some food. Yeah. Alright, so it's 6:06, 6:05. Be crazy if this my digital clock just glitched out, right, and then the 0 in the center, you know, it was, instead of being like this, all of a sudden it was just like just staring at the clock, and just for a brief moment, just turns 6:06. Is that, was there? Did that just pop up when I went like this? Or, it's clearly a lens flare, but like, it was just weird. Yeah. Yeah. What? You want to jump up into the window? Oh. I see. But there's Pokemon dolls. Oh, yeah. All of a sudden, this is like, wait, what? Yeah, you know, Pokemon. Remember Pokemon? Yeah, I remember Pokemon. It's still currently around next. Oh, yeah. Pokemon. The adventure that started during the 1990s. Yes, I remember. We went to the same school together, right? Yeah. We did, didn't we? Yeah, it's kind of like how these conversations are nowadays. It's just kind of like, do you remember Pokemon? Yes. But I suppose in the meantime, if I make Mr. Space Marine videos, I could make a little stage, and then have mini Mr. Space Marine. You remember mini Mr. Space Marine? Here he is on the all of his glory. He's got his power tie, his power suit, and his power armor, helmet, pistol. He's got all of it. And now, unfortunately, I had a friend over, and you know how whenever you go, would you like to see some of my models with a friend? Something's going to break. It's inevitable. You know,
That's why it's like a curse. Something cursed the Games Workshop models when it's if you are touching someone else's model, it will be damaged. It's this weird thing. So one of the pistols fell off, but it's just it's another scout pistol. But this is the character Slaith. Let's get it in frame there. Let's get the pistol. Now the pistols I have are clearly different. They're not these ones, but for the model I just decided to make it a bit cooler, I thought. Make it a bit cooler. So that's approximately what the costume's going to look like in the end. And that's Slaith. Excuse me. Excuse me, Morty. So Slaith was, I guess, I think it was one of the first characters that I actually made for the, like, not this model, but that I had made up for the Bloodhounds. And for the model, yeah, I just used like a tactical Space Marine for most of it. This, I believe, was probably from an assault squad. And then I think the same thing probably for this arm, but then I think I might have cut it somewhere. Can't really tell. I don't know. And then this part in the back is, I think, from some type of building. And then this is a rhino hatch. And this is from the old metal Land Raider Crusader. This would be the on the guns. So yeah, he's one of the Space Marines that were on a mission when they were on like a. See, the way I originally made it, they were on Necromunda. That might be a bit lame, but then again, you know, who cares? They were on Necromunda and they were fighting a bloodthirster, of course. And then the squad, they die, and then he's the only survivor. And then the chief librarian of the chapter shows up, and then kills the bloodthirster, and then Slaith gets left behind on the planet to kind of safeguard it and watch and wait, kind of to see if the creature would come back, and then if so, you know, I guess he would have some kind of beacon or something, or he would fight it. It kind of gets kind of vague at that point. There's not really a specific reason. It could have been maybe he's being punished and that's why he's, you know, it's not really specific. It's kind of left ambiguous to however you would, you know, you might see it. There's different ways to look at what's been done, that why he's been left behind, that it could be all the above, none of the above, could be whatever. So, alright, let's finish this up. This is getting almost to an hour, because I took it feels like, like a 20-minute break now. So I'm going to try to do some sit-ups, and then do some push-ups. Sit-ups and then push-ups. I think when I did this before, I just used a couple socks actually on top of my socks and stuffed them underneath the door. I guess one thing I'm gonna want to get will be like a bench press kind of bench, and then I guess the appropriate bar. I'm not falling asleep. Alright. So, do I want to try to do 20 and then another 30? Mix it up? Do the X Factor thing or whatever. That might not be a bad idea. Do 20 and then flip it around, do some push-ups, go back, try to do 30, and then that would be a total of 100, and do some more push-ups. Yeah, okay, that sounds like a good idea. Let's do this. Oh, if I even can do push-ups now. Holy shit. For some reason my legs feel really out of it. I don't know why. I've not really been doing anything with my legs. All right. So time to do 30 more sit-ups. And then that'll be 100. There we go. I mean, like, doesn't sound like much. That's enough to, and you know, and get in a routine of doing at least that and one thing. Then you know you can then, once you find that, however, you can then go past that or do that a few times, and then that adds up. Alright, well, that was the workout. I'm going to be done for now. It's 6:30. Do this again tomorrow. about 5 o'clock Central Time. Peace.